Sielewi man.
Ni tag ulifanya ama?
Sielewi hata hajanieleza man.
Wamekwambia unapeleka police station gani?
Central
Police.
Hapa nje.
Central Police.
Yeah.
Sawa, na hawajakunyang'anya phone right? Hawajakunyang'anya simu? Wamekunyang'anya simu?
Ile ilikuwa inatisha ndio wamenirudishia sasa niongee.
Wanadai aje, wanasema aje?
Sasa nifike huko.
Ufike Nairobi kwanza.
Turudi Mei twende huko.
Hello?
Yeah.
Wanasema tufike Nairobi kwanza.
Sijui hata nisijua
kesho tunaweza fika hivyo Central. Sasa sijui kama utakuwa on but maybe ndakamtuni tutajua tutafika huko jina pia huko.
Ngoja nifanye kazi.
Kevo pia huko. Mwinde.
Kindly man.
Acha tupanga sana kwa verify information juu watu wananiambia alafu wasoka niambia umempigania hapa nikamwambia nipe. So ndo nimecall. Nikwambia nilikuwa nataka kuverify alafu sasa tupange alafu tujue kama tutafika kesho Central.
Sawa mzee.
Mungu peleka Central jina nani alipelekwa Kamkunji.
Central.
Sawa kesho hata kama sio kama minda ndafika hivyo Central kesho.
Okay.
Sawa mzee. Hizo mambo tutafiti
Kwa ndani. How is it mzee? Mimi I've never experienced this.
Nishaikoa inda so mambo itakuwa fiti. Kutakuwa na challenges hapa na pale lakini mambo itakuwa fiti. Still tu nakwambia. Utakuwa na challenges hapa na pale lakini mambo itakuwa fiti. Nishaikoa inda so mambo itakuwa poa na inda is one of the worst police stations in Nairobi so
like nitakuwa safe hapo ndani.
Nini?
Will I be safe?
Light?
Safe.
Yeah. Rumande ni safe.
Uliza kwani amekosea nini? Wao wakasema ya kwamba kuna boss wake. Kijana wangu amemtusi vibaya sana katika Twitter. Walitamka X. Sasa nikauliza ni boss gani? Wakasema huyo bwana Segei akaniambia kwamba mzee usiongee maneno mengi, wewe tufate police station Mawego.
Now ladies and gentlemen, it is one of the stories that has won the heart of many Kenyans and also turned the whole nation against the state. As we approach the 25th of June 2025, which is the first year anniversary of the rise of the Gen Z demonstration, the country has started being plugged into madness again by the state police, who have turned out to be the executioners and the judge and the jury of the people that have a different opinion against the government of President William Ruto. The clip that we have begun the video with is a clip of the father to Ojwang, the man that was arrested at his home in Nyanza region, brought in Nairobi Central Police Station and died at the Nairobi Central Police Station. When the police officers arrested this young man, according to his father's tale, the young man was in a very good condition in terms of health. He did not have any complications. And so, when they took him, he was good. But they brought him to the Central Police Station where he was found dead. Now the question is, what transpired between the hours since Albert Ojwang was arrested to his death? And the reason they arrested him is because of a post that he made on the X platform. According to the Citizen TV, they say a man died hours after officers from Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, arrested him over a social media post. Albert Ojwang was picked up by police officers in Kakot, HOMABAY County on Saturday afternoon, who said they were probing him over a post he allegedly made on the social media platform X. They later drove him to Nairobi and detained him at the Central Police Station. However, when his family arrived to the police station on Sunday to follow up on the case, they found he was dead. Lawyer for the family says this: we awaited his arraignment in court on Monday, so we can follow up the case from there. But today his father, who came to follow up after the arrest, informed me his son was dead. They said police told them Albert's body had been taken to city mortuary. Now listen, a man dies under the hands of police. And you dare tell me what these people did to this young man to reaching a point that he died into their hands is something small? No, it isn't. The lawyer says one does not deserve to lose their life. There is the law, and we expected the boy to be processed normally and charged, then if found guilty, punished according to the law. Mesha Kopio, Albert's father, broke down as he narrated how his only child was arrested at their home while having lunch with the family after returning from the farm. He was arrested and taken to Mawengo police station. Then later at night, he was transferred to Nairobi. The arresting police told me Albert had insulted a senior person on X. Now, upon arrival in Nairobi on Sunday, he said officers at Central Police Station told him his son died in hospital from self-inflicted injuries after hitting himself against the wall. Now, the question is, how could have Albert hit himself against the wall? How do you tend to tell us that the man developed suicidal tendencies just for the few hours that you took him into custody? Yet the young man was okay all along. He was doing his work. He was working at the farm when you found him. His father was taking care of him and all that. Now, a Sunday police report obtained by the Citizen Digital showed that the incident was filed at the Central Police Station as suicide. Imagine. They dare, sometimes you wonder what type of police officers that we have in this republic. I mean, how do you rule such a case as suicide? It's clear that officers attached to the Central Police Station or the DCI officers that arrested Albert Ojwang were the ones that inflicted those injuries that led to his death. And after taking him to Central Police Station, they didn't dare try to look for the solution by taking Albert to hospital. You tell us that this is suicide. No. It's high time now President William Ruto realizes that this country, it will swallow him whole if he continues with this charade. Because the police officers have been given the mandate to do the most heinous crimes in the history of the Republic of Kenya without any preferable, there is nothing that hakuna kitu ambacho wanakipitia. They are not punished for the crimes they committed. They killed a lot of young men and women last year. This year they have killed several of them. Yet nothing happens to them. They continue to live their life normally. But I tell you, karma is a very dangerous bitch. When it decides to deal with them, the walls of this country will shake down to the ground. Now listen, they are telling us that in which an officer on a routine visit to the cell Albert was locked in found him with blood oozing from his head. They immediately rushed the prisoner to Mbagathi Hospital for treatment, where he was pronounced dead on arrival, the report read. Now, police added that preliminary investigations showed that Albert, who was booked in the offense of false publication, sustained head injuries by hitting his head severally against the wall inside the cell. In a press statement on Sunday afternoon, the National Police Service said the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, launched a probe into the matter. Don't dare tell us about IPOA. IPOA is a dead and buried organization. I mean, if IPOA has been good to any of us, they would have at least made sure that the people who were killed last year during the Gen Z demonstrations have been compensated so far. Those with injuries that were sustained through bullets could have been compensated by the government so far. But what have they done? It's only giving us narratives day in, day out, telling us this and that about venye wanajaribu kufanya. And truth be told, they are doing nothing to get everything in order. According to Cyprian Nyakundi, he says the OCS claims Albert Ojwang was arrested over false publication. But when asked who the complainant is, he refuses to say. Since when did police or DCI gain the power to expertise to handle defamation cases? That's a civil matter, not a criminal one. These whole thing stinks. Let me ask you. Yes, let's say Albert went ahead to publish some false information. But the question is, about who? And who was the complainant? Before you come to arrest somebody, somebody must come and file a case against this guy in matters false publication or defamation. You cannot just wake up overnight go arrest somebody kwa sababu tuseme mtu amepost kitu kibaya kukuhusu wewe msikilizaji. Polisi hawapaswi kuchukua hatua ya kwenda kumshika huyo mtu na kumweka ndani kama wewe kama ambaye umekuwa defamed na mtu ambaye umeweza kuwa attacked in that scenario haujaenda kuandikisha ripoti kwa maafisa wa polisi. Listen, we are told that according to Cyprian Nyakundi, he tells us that Albert Ochieng was beaten to death. Mortuary sources dispute police narrative. Eyewitnesses who viewed the body of Albert Ochieng at the mortuary are painting a disturbing picture quite literally. According to multiple sources, his body bears clear signs of having been brutally beaten, with visible injuries consistent with blunt force trauma. There are also defensive wounds, strongly suggesting he fought back before dying. What's more concerning is that the condition of his body contradicts the official version of events given by both the OCPD and OCS earlier that morning. Police had claimed that Albert injured himself while in custody and later died while being rushed to Baghdadi Hospital, which we all say Central Police Station is a crime scene. This is murder and the OCS and the OCPD should be answerable to it. It's high time that they realize this is. I want you to listen to Albert Ojwang, Alberto Januzaj conversation while he was in police custody. Nataka msikize hii.
Sielewi man.
Ni tag ulifanya ama?
Sielewi hata hajanieleza man.
Wamekwambia unapeleka police station gani?
Central.
Central Police.
Hapa nje.
Central Police.
Yeah.
Sawa, na haujakunyang'anya phone right? Haujakunyang'anya simu? Haujakunyang'anya simu?
Ile kwa nafikisha ndio wamenirudishia sasa niongee.
Wanadai aje, wanasema aje?
Sasa nifike huko.
Ufike Nairobi kwanza. Hello. Wanasema tufike Nairobi kwanza.
Je, hata nisijua
kama naenda kesho tunaweza stay huko Central. Sasa sijui kama utakuwa on but maybe nda kampuni sajia kwa huko jina pia kwa huko.
Now guys, that is the voice of that was the last conversation had by a friend who was speaking to Albert Ojwang, I mean, before he was assassinated under the hands of police. Tell me if you hear in any way that the voice of Albert suggests that he was a man that would have inflicted self-harm on himself. Tell me the Albert that you have listened to is a man that had suicidal tendencies. Ndio uone sio kila time tutakubali hawa makarau kuwa kitubeba malenge hivi. I mean, this death of Albert shouldn't go unanswered. Somebody should be answerable for the murder of Albert. And that somebody is in Central Police Station, Nairobi. And I mean, let me ask, why arrest somebody in HOMABAY alafu come to charge him in Nairobi? Huh? IG Kanja, you woke up and addressed the matter of the abduction of one Juja MP, George Koimburi. Mulituambia vitu mingi sana that Koimburi was lying, that Koimburi had done this, Koimburi had done that. Now, what we want from you, the way you took the matter of George Koimburi very serious to prove that Koimburi he had faked his abduction, is the same way we want you to deal with the case of Albert Ochieng. Are we together? That is, Albert Ojwang. It's the same way we want you to deal with it. We want you to deal with it in that perception, because the case of Albert Ojwang requires more attention than the one of George Koimburi. Huyu ameuliwa kwa mikono ya polisi. Tunataka kujua aswa nani alifanya hiki, maafisa ambao walimshika wachukuliwe hatua na watuambie aswa ni nani aliweza kureport na kuweza kugive the order of arrest. Who issued an arrest warrant against Albert? Nakamilishia hapo mtazamaji. Ni hayo kwa sasa.